You're welcome once more. Well, seems our pirates have found themselves in quite a pickle. Not only have they managed to make their way to where they're going, but, well, a visit from the Queen? Turns out royalty's in the town today. Oh, but all joking aside, this certainly is a more difficult proposition for anybody. You're in town doing spy work, and what shows up? Ruler of the nation you're trying to spy from. Well, let's hope our pirates and we're tricky enough and smart enough to overcome all the various obstacles and the situations they found themselves in. So, if you want to learn what happens next, of course, order another round of rum. Me drink could use a little bit more. Sit down and continue to enjoy me tales. Hello, everybody. Let me unmute everybody else. There you go. You guys are unmuted. I did it quickly and efficiently this time. You're welcome.
Are you actually muted?
No, you're unmuted now. I mean, unless, like, mysteriously, like, you know, Discord and or, you know, OBS is broken, you should be visible.
No, I just checked. It's working.
Yeah.
Woo!
I hit the button. Beyond that, it's if technology likes me today.
Hit the
Button. Who has the
That's a
button?
lie.
I guess technology doesn't ever like me, so I guess that's true. Damn, new technology.
But do you like technology?
Yes! It's a one-way relationship. Anyway, welcome everybody. It's time for Buccaneers of the Shackled Sea. If you've missed, this is the I don't know what's going on this chapter, we're just playing it by ear chapter. We're deep into it. There's spy work in Cheliax going on. You generally have an idea, or you're trying to find out an idea of where to go for it, but they found their way from, just generally speaking, exploring through the countryside of Cheliax to Cheliax, sorry. Coriantin. I'll never say its name right. Or I'll try to. So, arriving there, yes, the Queen's coming in tomorrow morning. And there's also, like, a high-ranking member of the current Inquisition. The Inquisition is currently controlled by two individuals. One of which Myste's brother, and the other is, this
Jackass.
This jackass that's there, yes.
Yeah, and we're confusing the crap out of Myste's brother because Myste didn't say anything.
You know, he deserves it. It's what he gets for being a wizard.
You know, as someone who's, I don't know if Myste ever told us what order she's from, but I assume since you have like a necklace that prevents scrying, and you hate wizards, but you're also like hate extra plane.
No, I actually found this necklace in a jungle about 3 months ago.
Okay, Jacob doesn't know that, so he's like, I don't know, man.
I found this like 3 months ago in the jungle.
Yeah.
I'm like putting two and two together, and it sounds like you're part of the gate order at one point. So I don't know. It makes sense from what you told me.
Very much not.
Very much not.
Very, very different thing.
Had technically not even a Hell Knight.
I would say Myste was never even a Hell Knight.
Inquisition's secret police.
Yeah.
Jacob would never know that. Like, I don't think I've ever asked you, like, hey, look, let's recount your traumatic past.
What's
Tell
great
me
is no one's ever asked me what I did in the past. It's wonderful.
Well, you know, one of the things about being a pirate is that you don't really...
Party knows not to bring up trauma.
Well, it's like, you know, you don't pry into why people become pirates, you know? You just, like, you're like, welcome to the crew. If you need to talk, let me know.
So,
the only past we care about is whether or not you drank too much last night.
Revia, Yaalkol, and Chester are currently mooching off of Myste's brother and are hanging out.
He's a wizard. He's rich.
He's a wizard. He's going to wizard college. He's got an exam in the morning, and they're just
going to wizard college.
I offered to cast Lesser Restoration him on a morning if he needs a little prep.
And you're just in like his dorm room.
I'm like, hey, listen, if you need any cleric spells of, you know, 5th level or lower, let me know. I can cast them on you.
And then we left off with the other two,
This is gonna go well.
Myste and Jacub, arriving at the Hell Knights.
Yeah, this is fine.
You are currently at...
The fucking edgiest place in this goddamn world.
I mean... yes!
Alcatraz, for all intents and purposes.
It's Alcatraz that's also like a military facility.
Is it intensive purposes or intensive purposes?
Yes.
All
Yes.
intense.
So I'll just have this for everybody
We're
to
in a
see
tent?
again. I'll just pop this over here for a
Oh
second so you
my
can see.
god, I'm going to jump out of a window.
There you go. Oh, isn't that pleasant looking,
In a
everybody on
video
stream?
game.
And I'll just pop this up for everybody again. Citadel Gadelska, I can never... Gadeska, whatever.
Medeska. Yeah.
Gesundheit.
Medeska.
So yes, certainly an incredibly pleasant place to have here.
Beautiful.
Mm-hmm. Headquarters of the Order of the Chain, and you've been invited.
Yeah. That's the word. That's the word for it.
Sort of.
Very loosely.
Not
It's air
threatened.
quotes. Strongly
Strongly
encouraged.
Again, it's the animosity between Hell Knight orders, and, you know, there's some animosity, but you've been escorted, and I believe we left off that you were arriving proper into the
Yeah.
Citadel.
Sold off by your teammates.
Mm-hmm. Certainly, it's kind of like, it's not like necessarily a very, like, stormy night. It's not, like, raining or anything, but there's certainly, like, rumbling, and it's cloudy, and, like, the moon can't even be seen. The only light is, like, torches and stuff that have been lit in the main square. And certainly, like, there's, like, you know, maybe from rumbling of, like, thunder possibly in the background. That occasionally it kind of overcurrents with this low noise that you can kind of hear occasionally that sounds like the screams of the damned.
Nice.
Of the various prisoners who are just moaning and screaming in torment and pain. So, you know, that's there too.
I'm gonna turn to Misty and go, okay, is it just me or... Sorry, I'm role-playing women this time. Hey, Misty, is it me or do you hear screaming?
Screaming.
Okay, well, I wasn't quite ready for this. Okay, I got this.
Pat you on the back.
You realize, Misty, that if I stumble here, you have to help me out here and help me succeed, because otherwise we'll both be
I
screaming.
believe in you fully. I have never believed in you more in my life.
I mean, I don't think you have much of a choice, but I will try to, like, make a physical gesture, like either like pat your shoulder or like your arm, like, yeah, we'll go through this together, I think.
You will see that certainly there is a contingent, even at this late at night, there is a contingent of Hell Knights kind of guarding the location, certainly. It looks as though there isn't really any kind of, like, it's night, there isn't any kind of training or anything going on. A lot of the buildings and the stuff that's kind of on the upper sections of the rock, because this is kind of like a military fortress above the top of the kind of rocky island, and it kind of burrows down into it with the prison below there.
Nice.
You know. Certainly a lot of the buildings are dark. It's night. You're kind of arriving in the middle of the night. Your escort, the younger Armiger, will kind of be like, if you could wait here, I will retrieve someone to greet you properly.
I nod.
head into the main building. Certainly, the other Hell Knights are just kind of be, there are people watching you still. Certainly. Granted, many of them are seemingly like it's sort of like you can, Myste, especially you get the sense they are doing their jobs, but always having like an eye towards you.
They're like guard nerds.
Yeah. They're doing their job guarding, watching out, but they kind of like always like just have a glance towards you here and there. Someone's sat in my background.
At one point, if someone like locks eyes with me, I will give them the old head nod, like what's up.
Certainly head nods will result in death glares.
I will smile back, more like a cheeky smile.
Mm-hmm. Kind of older looking woman, probably in her 50s, late 50s, early 60s, will kind of like, in, again, Hell Knight armor, will kind of like be accompany this man, kind of head on her forehead, like kind of like shaking her head, kind of like wander out and be like, "Greetings, I am Master Orem Sarium. I'm in charge here during the night. As for guests for our order, I apologize for Lictor Uru Autumn. He is in town on business and perhaps resting somewhere. Normally, guests of another order, especially ones of any sort of rank, would have at least a greetings by who's in charge of this facility. I'm currently that.
It's okay. I understand with the queen and all the happenings going on. It is better to focus your order's attention on the greater area.
Indeed. I apologize that with everything that's going on, you cannot be allowed to return your journey to the north.
We will make do here, I guess.
Certainly.
Stop apologizing.
If you wish, we could offer you some place to stay here. Or, perhaps after there's an evening and you have met once with our own lictor, then could arrange some place in town if it would be more to your suitabilities to relax and rest during this time period here. It's rare that one doesn't get to work as hard and have time off.
Our order, unfortunately, knows no time off. We must remain vigilant. And as I always thought, a team, a squad that maintains close ties and works together efficiently is better off working as a unit. I will reject your I guess your hospitality here, but I will spend the night. We'll hang out here, make our greetings, and we'll head back towards the rest of our unit to continue our watch.
Unit? There seem to only be two of your order.
We have new recruits.
Ah. Well. I guess spending time away from whipping them into shape is something that certainly is a shame. But
We are very undisciplined.
I mean, I can only imagine the atrocities or just the craziness that they're doing. But I'm eager to get back and ensure that these young recruits are well disciplined.
Well, I mean, it does sound like the gate requires only the wildest of recruits. Personally, here, we just we recruit only the best.
Certainly. I mean, I would. Well, I understand where you're coming from, but you see that the gate, we're quite skilled in our own right. So whereas if your order may stand for strength, our order stands for vigilance and discipline, and we just know that we're always there to make sure that we prevent and stifle any sort of misconduct.
Well, I'm sure you're tired from your long journeys. Perhaps we can at least find you a room for the night. Or maybe a meal of some kind. I'm afraid that this time of night there is no hot meals prepared.
We have been on the road for some time. A simple room would...
Alright. We can find you something. It won't be quite so private, but there might be some space within the barracks that we can give you very on short notice.
Whatever you can make do with.
Excellent. We'll talk more in the morning, and perhaps Lictor Adam will be able to arrive back and at least address you. Formalities and
I understand.
friendliness and all.
For the greater good of Cheliax.
Indeed.
Okay, out of character, would it be greater good of Cheliax or greater evil of Cheliax? For prosperity.
I
There
feel
it is.
like...
Good is relative to your
good is relative
ideas.
to your mindset.
By you saying the greater good, you're meaning the betterment of it, you know,
Yeah.
rather than like...
Right.
The greater good.
When people talk in real life, we don't talk about cosmically good or evil,
Yeah.
right? We talk, you know.
Maybe you don't. Someone probably...
Sorry, my
I
bad.
do.
You know, if someone's talking about cosmic good and evil, I'm gonna just ignore their opinion, I think.
Tinfoil hats are probably coming out pretty soon at that point.
You know, yeah, it's just, I don't really think it's worth my time, you know.
So certainly the two of you can be escorted to the barracks, where there can be some unused beds that you can be granted. So it's probably like, it's general barracks, wooden set of like double beds. So when he gets to the top, when he gets to the bottom, each of them has like there's like two simple chests. There's no locks for these two. If you want to put something in there, you want to put something in there. There are locks generally put on these, but because, again, short notice, you're not given much. Given like simple bedding, you know, maybe like basically some simple sheets or something that like soldiers stuff. So it's probably kind of a little itchy, you know, does the job of, you know, keeping you warm and stuff if need be. That kind of stuff. So, the Armiger, which had escorted you, who was the one that kind of brought you here, will excuse themselves and head off to go to off duty for a little while, and then probably get some sleep themselves, because you did hear that night with the changing of the tides, change of the shifts for them. So, you two are now in here with probably a lot of sleeping people. You want to do anything, or do you also just want to go to bed?
Oh god, I would not be sleeping. Thank you very much.
I don't know how much sleep will be achieved, but there will certainly be laying in a bed.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, let's skip back to the other three. Waking up to some like noise happening, as you know, it's like certainly Misty's brother is currently just going in around here, getting some stuff together, and really isn't doing their best to be quiet for you, because you're random guests in the room.
We're not even really guests. We're random annoyances in their room.
Yeah.
In the morning, Misty gets ascending.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Let me just mark my spells.
Okay.
I'll prepare 3 sendings today. So.
Okay.
Just, Misty wakes up in the morning and she hears Revia say,
maybe not wakes up. I mean, like, is awake.
Yeah. I'm saying wakes up in the colloquial sense.
Yeah.
It's in the morning.
I would need from the two of you that stayed awake, I believe it is fortitude.
Fortitude save to avoid sleepiness.
Oh, it's
Yes.
like 1 every hour, or is that Force March?
That's force march. I remember this because this came up in Carrion Count, because we had to do both of those.
Yes. This is just staying awake.
Okay, I'm gonna push my button. It's a 30, I think I'm fine.
Okay. Jacob, I'll need one of these too.
You do it.
I think I'm okay.
You're not so sleepy.
17, I think I know how to stay up. Jacob had the
Ah.
said this.
Alright.
Does he?
Blitz.
I think he has above a +10 though, so there's no way he fails it.
It
Yeah,
is
exactly,
a DC 15.
So,
Oh, jeez, it's actually.
you want me to press the button?
Sure.
Press the button.
20.
Okay. So it's a 15 for the first night, and for each additional night that you try to stay up, it goes
Yeah.
up in DC.
Unless you have a spell.
Mm-hmm. And
We didn't in Carrion Count.
yes. Anyway, so the two of you
Unless your restoration figure.
tired, but you're generally speaking okay. You're not fatigued though. You're just like, oh god. As you've been like sitting up in bed, certainly by the time you're getting this sending, no one's come to bother you, but certainly there have been changes. The guard have shift. Soldiers have already, most of the people have already gotten up. It seems like most of the people that are left in here came in either probably sometime late at night or sometime after you were there, that kind of thing. So there's not as many people left in here. And certainly, again, soldiers, they don't really give a flying fuck. You either sleep through the noise or you don't, So, it's noisy, then the soldiers don their armor and get going. They're doing that kind of like, they're not trying to be quiet. You can hear there was some chattering about, just general chatter about, the Queen's coming in, various assignments. Some of them were talking about that here and there, usual just stuff that people can chat about. Nothing major, though, but as they're kind of, getting ready for assignment. But as the kind of things have quieted down a little bit in the room, you will get a sending, which is...
We arrived at the destination. They don't know why we are here. What should we ask him for help with? I have 2 more sendings. That's it. That's 24 words.
I'm scared.
So,
In reply, you will get, okay, stay put, don't do anything stupid. I'll try to be there soon.
okay, you get a sending. I never do stupid things, except all the time. I'm in contact with the Thieves Guilds, making deal to get information. Shouldn't be that hard. So you get.
Ask for a man named Christoph Lorenzo. I used to know him. He can help. For Trantis, that's in your DMs. He's a Thieves Guild man.
Okay. Mhm.
So the Thieves Guild.
Okay.
He's a
And you-
Arnie.
And you
Whatever.
won't get another sending.
DV Parisians are.
You won't get another sending.
Ooh, okay.
I got a third, but that's saved in case of emergency.
That's fair.
While you're doing that, what was Misty's brother's name again?
Oh god, I can find it. Hold on. Where is it? It's somewhere. Blup, blup, blup.
Well, if your name is Misty, it's probably like Sunny.
Misty's name is not actually Misty. We put over this.
Remus. Okay. Remus, if there's anything you need us to do, like minor cleaning or anything for you while you're out, I'd be more than happy to. As a
Very
thank
much.
you.
What? Sure. I don't know. Look, don't break anything or cause any issues too much or whatever.
We can lay
Is
low.
my sister going to be here soon?
I just
I think so.
I just had a quick conversation with your sister. They're trying.
Great. Okay. Look, then just I don't know. Don't do.
Yeah, don't worry about us.
Okay, I'll probably be back later. If maybe I'll see you. If you leave, at least leave a note. If you just disappear somewhere, so I know if you're showing back up or not.
Yeah, just like, do you have a spare key?
No. Just
Give us spare key.
I mean, honestly, Chester could probably open the lock in like.
the door isn't even usually locked.
Oh, okay, then don't worry about it.
Sorry,
not
I
a really
forget you
safe
come from
practice.
places that are just. There are
So I'm not
portions.
gonna just break it.
Hey, you can't say our place is horrible when you live here, okay?
No,
That's
no,
what I'm
no. I
doing.
mean, like, this section of town, especially with the college here, the thieves don't show up in this area really, because, you know, fireball.
Oh, where do they show up?
I don't know.
Ah, you're so.
I think
Thanks.
we're actively seeking him out right now.
Oh, well, you know, good luck.
Thanks.
Again, if you do go out, just leave a note. All right, bye.
Yeah, I'm immediately writing a note. Like, he sees me writing a note as he's leaving.
Yeah. All right. So what are the three of you doing, then?
Before we leave, I'm gonna see if there's actually anything he needs cleaned and actually try to help out and be nice and clean
You can
up
probably
with
tidy up the
everything.
place. There's probably some, like, books and
Never
papers.
clean up someone's mess because they're never gonna find the stuff you cleaned up.
True.
It's gonna be...
It's always
You've
organized
inconvenienced
chaos.
this man even more.
I mean, you can clean up after your, like, snack heist.
We did eat all of his snacks. By
We did
we,
eat all of this.
all cool.
Yeah.
My contribution to this would be critiquing your cleaning.
Y'all cool cleaned the fridge. What do you mean?
Yeah,
It was such a good, nice job.
Yeah, if you ask what I did, I was like, I took care of all the food. The old food.
Kind of
there,
mad
yeah.
at that fridge.
I assumed some of the food was old.
There's like a moldy like mango in the fridge that's been left for a week too long.
Yeah, he's like a college kid fridge, and I just fucking
Bro,
consume
oh my god,
everything.
listen. You don't know how much moldy shit my roommate is just like pulls out of the fridge and he's like, Cell, is this good? I'm like, bro, that has mold on it.
Just eat
That
around it,
cheese
it's fine.
has
No.
mold.
It used to be yellow. It's now green.
Look, it's
No.
It's just extra flavor.
Yeah, except the extra flavor is gonna get you fucking in the hospital.
Yeah, this is why The Last of Us is going to be how we die.
It's just botulism. It's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, just botulism.
Severe food poisoning.
You know, botulism, the thing that almost always kills you.
Excuse me.
Just be built different.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. But
Just
I
don't
think
get dysentery for it.
we are definitely leaving to go meet our Thieves Guild contact.
Okay. You don't really have a contact. The Thieves Guild was
Well-
just like, Hey.
Yeah, we're gonna find them.
You got a name, Myste didn't tell you anything else.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna find it. We're gonna find them. I mean, listen, if we're gonna start
Alright.
walking about, they're probably gonna be like, hey,
I'm gonna send these guys on
Right.
wacky, entertaining adventures.
I don't
Where?
know if it's a good idea for us to be wandering
Realistically-
around this city.
they're gonna find us. We're not gonna find them.
Yeah, your
Okay.
own disguise. As long as you don't do anything illegal.
So where?
Yeah,
are
worst
you?
case, I can do like a
Alright.
diplomacy to gather info.
Well, there are many major areas of the city. I believe we said you are currently in East Town. Yes.
Pull up the city.
Yeah. There's also East Drenches, Gallows Wall, High Quarter, Mercanto, the Navy Yard / Shipyard, the Noble Quarters, the Slave Quarters, the Jut, the Trade Quarter, Warehouse District, and West Drenches.
Do you
Go
have a
along with
map
East
for
Drenches.
this?
There is not a city map available for this one. It doesn't
Okay.
actually appear in any.
I have all the
Gotcha.
districts and all the information on those districts. Just how they are arranged, I don't know.
My personal opinion, to give you a nudge.
It's
The
definitely market.
Drenches is the lower class area,
Mm.
as the word drenches would suggest.
Yeah, but we might look out of place. in the trenches.
Actually, East Trenches is nice. West Trenches is the lower one.
The West Drenches is the
Yeah.
poorer.
Yeah. East Trenches is the shopping district. East Town's where traders and merchants live. Gallows Wall is an area that people live technically, but it's kind of sealed off. It's probably not got the Thieves Guild though, because it's an area that was destroyed during the Civil War, and it's just chained
Yeah,
off.
a bunch of people killed themselves there.
Yeah.
For Asmodeus.
Yeah. So
Adds up.
it's an area just in kind of ruins that probably just has a bunch of squatters and stuff. High Quarters is technically working class people, farmers, fishermen, sailors, and others that are pretty decently off. Mercanto is where the trading houses and merchants have their offices. Of course, the shipyards are easily explained. Noble Quarters where nobles live, Slave Quarters where slaves live. The Jut is the east wing of the harbor with training facilities and the main headquarters of the Chelish Navy. So, might be where you're going, honestly, in the end. Yeah.
I would say probably the West Drenches then, because
Yeah.
if you're gonna have a Thieves Guild, that's probably where it's going to be.
You're currently in the Trade Quarter, which is not a district of itself, but is the area that Mercanto, Warehouse District, East Trenches, and West Trenches kind of fill up. Warehouse District, of course, is where the main warehouse is with the docks is. And West Trenches has only wooden buildings in the city and caters to lower classes and visiting sailors. So a lot of the everywhere else is stone buildings except for the West Trenches.
It also has very dirty but safe brothels. The wiki seems to make a point of that.
I don't like the fact that they say
Well,
that.
you gotta be listen. If you gotta be safe about it. If you're gonna go to one.
I don't want my character to get an STD. I'm sorry, Tantus. Can I cast prophylactic?
Well, don't worry. Just you have a really high fortitude save, so you probably won't catch it.
You just saved.
I mean,
And you know what?
Never get herpes.
And at worst, I could just cast remove disease. Okay,
Look,
so don't worry about it.
It's Pathfinder. They probably have a DC.
I mean,
It's-
that's the
and they
point
can
of
just
my
move.
most certainly have a DC.
Bro, SCDs just don't exist in like Pathfinder world. You could just remove them with a spell.
I mean,
Second
they
level spell.
technically exist, but there's magic to use. There's plenty of people that don't have access to
They're
said
probably
magic
way
and
worse
just like
ones,
have
too.
problems. Yes, there's magic diseases. They're
Yeah.
not way worse.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
Magic
sorry, I
way
can't come out. I have rot dick.
All right,
Uh,
but we're probably going to West Drenches. Right?
Okay.
That's where the poor people live.
Well, probably a great place to start. Actually, make the knowledge local checks. Let's see if you know the great place to start. We'll
I
start
will
with that.
make that.
I will just.
I will try it. I get a plus 12.
Yeah, go for it.
Mm-hmm.
I'll try to assist you. I don't
Nice.
assist you.
That's a
That's
3.
what-
Well, I
20
got a 24.
24 is good enough to know. One of the best places to probably get a start is honestly it's the usual thing that most adventures and information come from.
Tavern.
A tavern, and the Wicked Fork is probably one of the best places to check out. It's a rough tavern and inn in the West Trenches. The thing is, rumor has it the owner of the place, Neld Havas Savu, I'll spell this out in chat, Neld Havasavu, basically is a person that has a lot of knowledge and know about of pretty much anybody in town, but, has, like, no loyalty whatsoever.
Yeah.
But if there's information to be gained, Neld might know it.
As I start pulling up the Pathfinder diplomacy rules.
Is it worth talking to you?
I think it's a -10 to ask in a way that they won't get exactly what you're asking, but I'm just checking.
Oh,
Gather
I can
information.
I could assist you with diplomacy. I have an 11.
Yeah, gather information if the DC of the check program is security, but also no. Okay, there's nothing about a DC chain. I thought you could discreetly ask, but I might be thinking of a house rule that
It could be,
Scott does,
could be.
which is definitely a possibility because Scott just uses a bunch of things on 3.5 that existed and forgets
would
about.
imagine maybe like bluff or linguistics can help you like send a
Um,
a message even most like subtly.
I'll
right?
check bluff. Yeah. If it is just diplomacy, I'll just realistically, I'll just roll diplomacy to gather information from this guy.
Technically speaking, there is a discrete inquiry thing, but unfortunately, it's a Pathfinder 2nd edition thing.
Yeah, it must be like a 3.5 thing.
Yeah.
It must be.
The only one, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Seems like it.
Yeah. That's the only one I can find for discreetly doing it, off the top of my head. Yeah, you're right, it could be 3.5 or something.
Yeah,
So-
probably is.
But regardless, you can sort of like, well, the thing is, gather information is usually like, asking around for a lot of different people. Anyway, right now, you're basically working with one person.
I think that would actually be make a request.
Yeah.
True, could be.
It takes one
either
more
way,
round of interaction depending on the complexity of the request.
Let's talk to this guy.
So you'll head to the Wicked Fork.
Is it a guy or a woman?
It is a, I think it's a guy. He, yes. It's male.
Okay. What is up, my brother in Christ?
So it's the Wicked Fork has this like trident as a symbol on its on the tavern sign, and certainly it is probably something that seems a little bit more familiar to you. It's a little rowdy even at this early in the morning. There's a bunch of sailors in here drinking. There's certainly some locals and stuff. It's the West Trenches. It's probably the more we're not looking to be like this is more at home to what you're used to in places in random places in the Shackles. This is the kind of place that you recognize. Probably currently not like a lot of music going on, but certainly there's a lot of like speaking, some games going on, some drinking, eating, and stuff like that. And as you kind of wander in, you're left to your own devices. There's like some tables. There's probably a little place of space on the bar that you can kind of squeeze into a table. What do you want to do?
I'll look at you guys.
I'll approach the bar.
Okay.
You
I'll go
want to
with
get
you.
information? You approach the bar,
Yeah.
you buy a couple of drinks, and then you start talking.
Yeah. The bar is, even at this time of day, still busy. There's a couple of people behind the bar serving out drinks. Occasionally coming from the back, there's some like food which will be handed out to like a waitress, or waiters that are like taking food to various tables and stuff. eventually, this man will come over to you and be like, "What can I get for you?"
I'll get the house special.
Ah, all right. Let's see here. What's the house special today? Got a shipment of some ale in from up north. Ale it is.
What kind of whiskey do you have?
You name it. We're Trade City here. We get stuff in from all over the inner sea.
I'm gonna plop a gold down and just say, "Give me a good whiskey."
All right.
Wait, is there like a drink, Tantus, that is like thieves get? Is there like a special type of whiskey that you would order? That'd be like a signal?
This is the criminal drink.
Probably not.
I probably wouldn't know if there was one that was like a thing.
Can
It's
I have
probably
I
like a local
could
thing.
try a
Crime.
local, but
No, but you know what I mean. Like there'd be like probably,
Yeah,
like,
I mean, like,
code word.
I have no idea what it was.
Yes, that could exist in certain locations. I assume that is a possibility, but
Yeah.
whether or not this guy is directly connected with the Thieves Guild or not, you don't know. You just know he knows stuff.
Yeah.
And this is if you're talking to Neld here, or because I said there's a couple of people behind here, and some people back in the kitchen right now. It's a tavern, food, drink, the like. So.
Yeah.
The man will take a minute and kind of like pick out a whiskey, kind of pour a shot quickly, kind of hit it down there, and then quickly come back with like a couple of mugs of ale, one for you, Revia, one for you, Yaalkol, and be like, that'll be 4 copper a piece for the drinks. Not for you. You already paid.
I'm also gonna give him a silver as a tip.
You'll see him definitely like throw the one of the bits of the money into the till, the other into like a what sounds like a glass he's got down there with some change or something, probably for like tips and stuff.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
Having no tag,
It might be. We might try a bluff to do the secret, like to do it
That's what I
on the
was
fly,
thinking about.
and then
Well,
diplomacy to get the information.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Just thinking of how I want to go about it. I think we want to ask for if you could speak to Neld.
Mhm.
We don't want to speak to just some loser
Yeah.
bartender.
We don't want to waste
So-
the rolls on some rando.
So I think we'll probably sit here and be like not super weird for like a little bit. We'll talk. We'll have our drink for a little bit.
Is that possible?
I'm gonna try to make a. I'm gonna try a.
I don't know what to do with my hands. I don't know what's
Just
going on,
drink.
guys.
Yeah,
I'm
cool,
gonna
just drink.
try a perception to see if I can, like, either overhear someone say the person's name or see who might be in charge.
It'd be perception to maybe overhear what they're saying. If you want to see who's in charge, I would say that'd be
sense motive.
sense motive. Yeah, kind of
Okay,
read the.
I'll try a perception. My sense motive's not so great.
Okay.
If I can make the sense motive check, I would do that.
All right. Certainly. You can kind of sit and listen for a while.
Jesus Christ.
And that's a pretty good check. Eventually, you will overhear, and it seems the man that serves you, it sounds like, is indeed Neld, as the name will come from the back. As he'll head to the back one point in time to like help with something, and you'll overhear like someone saying something, and you're overhearing this over the noise, so it's sort of like you're just picking up on it. And you're like, oh, okay, because it is a rowdy, noisy tavern.
Yeah.
Eventually,
okay.
Neld will come back out, get back to what he's been doing, and he has been giving, like, small talk here and there to everybody, and eventually he'll, like, come over towards you folks and be like, so where are you coming in from? You don't look like locals.
Coming in from northeast.
All right, guess you're not saying much more, but enjoy your time
I
here.
mean, We came in from, West Crown.
Ah. Well, welcome to Corianton. You come at a great time. Her Majesty is arriving in town. As he says that, he'll hook up a drink and kind of just yell out, "To the Queen!" And then, like, everybody will kind of, like, go, "To the Queen!"
To the Queen.
To the Queen.
Yeah. Feels wrong.
As he'll kind of, like, chug
Dirty
down
in
a
my
drink
mouth.
and kind of put it down and be like,
I'm gonna start to try to, like, I guess I'm gonna try to start passing information to him.
mm-hmm.
Like, being discreet about it. To, like, try to, like, what do you call it? There's a word for it. But where you're, like, innuendos to talk about where to find the meet up with a Thieves Guild person.
Yes.
Basically, game terms, you're conveying a secret message.
That would
Yeah.
be, I believe, a bluff to do that.
Yeah. Can that be
Yes.
assisted or no?
Probably not on this case,
Okay.
because this is a very, like, you don't know what Revia is saying necessarily to assist with this, unfortunately. This kind of
Okay,
thing.
no problem.
It's fine. I have a plus 14, so that's
Okay.
30. Pretty good bluff.
I have to check.
I think they have to roll a sense motive.
Well, so in the rules, it does say that the person you're conveying it to always gets the message.
Yeah.
But like, if you pass a DC fit 20 for a complex message, but
Yeah.
because they don't know I'm trying to really pass a message, they probably should roll something that's not like a not too hard sense motive.
I'll just do this here for a second. Okay. And there we go. Okay. He'll kind of like take a look at you and be like, "What's the message you're trying to pass? What are you asking?"
I'm trying to ask, where would someone go if they wanted to meet with a Thieves Guild, basically. But I'm using obviously less direct wordage. So I have plausible deniability.
Mm-hmm. He'll like continue his business for a little bit, seemingly like maybe not picking up the message, and then after a little while he'll kind of come back and kind of like, be like, another round of drinks.
Yeah, I'll put another gold down.
Ah,
Jesus Christ, you're overpaid.
I'm getting good whiskey.
he's getting good whiskey. He has very good whiskey. He'll kind of, as he like first pours the whiskey, he's like, he always gets some kind of wisps of clouds here and there coming across the from the sea, mists and early in the morning. Occasionally, you find folks down in the warehouse district doing jobs early in the morning, getting things delivered, things taken here and there.
And they only about early in the morning?
I mean,
Every good worker is, obviously.
I was gonna say it's a port city. No one ever sleeps in this area.
I nod.
Granted, it's a little thin that parts this area today. The Queen is coming in, after all, and no one really wants to get in the way, and there's a parade happening through a big chunk of town. Also, I will note, you probably knew about this, the Thieves Guild is called the Thin Wisps.
Okay, yeah.
So, yes, just...
That makes sense.
yes.
I figured they were talking about the Thieves Guild in the warehouse district anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So we know where to go.
Now, the only thing I have to warn is if you're heading down to the warehouse district, as he's like grabbing like as he kind of like puts the other side of the ales down and takes the money and goes, I do hear there are some haunted areas down there. Now, there's rumors and all, ghosts about. I wouldn't trust anything about it, but if you're worried about that thing, maybe you shouldn't head down that way.
Can't tell if he's being serious.
Chester, you can make a local check. I'll let you do that.
Sure. Ooh.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not too familiar with ghosts.
Well, perhaps if you do plan on heading down to the warehouse district, maybe you should learn a little bit.
Where would one learn a little bit?
He'll just shrug his shoulders, and kind of walk off and continue going back to work.
Okay. I think we
You
chill out
know-
for a little longer.
I'm just gonna go ahead and whisper to you. If I was trying to keep people away from a certain area, I definitely would make rumors that it was haunted.
Yeah, that's what I was guessing. I think we should listen for ghost noises.
I just imagine one of these school guys, they're so excited for their first day of the job, and they're just like, alright, you're on ghost noise duty tonight.
And then we're like,
and rattle
"There
some
they are."
chains. Rattle some chains.
There's also spells for that.
He's just makes that noise like with his mouth, and has like a chains nearby, like something he like spins and it makes like eerie wind noises or something. Like
He's really into his
he's got that
job.
sheet of metal which makes it sound like thunders in the background.
He's actually a wannabe musician.
I love this guy. I don't know who this person is, but I love him.
Is he wearing a sheet?
No, he's got like a lever that drops like a something with a sheet on it or something, like a scarecrow covered in a sheet from the ceiling. Look out! It's a ghost. It's like woo! Anyway, so you can finish your drinks. Then what do you want to do?
Well, we could head
for
down to.
ghosts.
Yeah, we could head down to the dock area and just actually try to gather information and see if we can find out anything about local hauntings.
Oh, true. Good point. Good call.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we do that.
Alright.
Huge. Good one, Joe.
Who wants to make their diplomacy check for that then, as you're down in the docks area over near the warehouse district?
Chester's aiding me.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'll aid you because you definitely had the better diplomacy.
That's at a +2.
Oh, okay. Honestly, like, as you first start asking around, everybody gives you like funny looks. It's like, I haven't heard anything about hauntings. I mean, I guess there could be some place haunted. Every time you mention it, it's like, so like, I guess maybe if you've heard anything about haunting, it's probably like Gallows Walls. I assume that place was haunted. Yeah. And that kind of goes on for a while. It's like, I don't know anything about ghosts. Do you know anything about ghosts? No. I don't think there's any ghosts around. I mean, you do see ghosts. There's a lot of ghost graffiti that ends up happening.
Oh.
Yeah. Every time there's a big heist in the area, ghost on the wall.
Ghost in the
Okay.
shelf. Ghost on the wall.
Well, we could walk around a bit, and I could look around and see if I spot anything.
Yeah, and every time it's like we're mentioning it, I'm always like, see, I told you, you're way too freaked out about those rumors about ghosts.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say it's Yaalkol.
I'll need a perception check then, for those of you searching
to-
around the area.
Ghosts are very spooked, though. So I think
Killed a lot of them.
Sure. After searching for a while, it'll actually take you quite a while, kind of looking around for building stuff. You'll notice that there is, in kind of like a back alley area, there seems to be a chalk drawing of what looks to be a ghost of some kind on the wall.
Okay.
Particularly on one building.
I'm going to. I'm just going to take a 10 and see if I can detect any secret entrances or anything around.
Okay, what does that give you?
That'll give me a 34.
Give you a 34. Sure. You kind of look around, and the building there, this warehouse, you kind of look at it. There's the main entrance to the warehouse. There's probably like a side door, certainly. But close to by where the chalk drawing of a ghost was, you will find an area that looks like a number of the bricks can kind of push in.
I think we found the entrance.
Yeah.
It definitely looks like it.
Let's enter.
I'll push the bricks.
As you push the bricks, like a area of the wall nearby to the bricks will kind of slide to the side, revealing a small chamber with a metal ladder leading down.
I just want to say before we go down there that I fucking hate this whole thing. I much prefer when we're like on the sea and we're like robbing people.
You're telling me, y'all. You're telling me, dude.
Alright, that being said, let's go.
My legs are getting wobbly from being on land too long.
Can either of you see in the dark?
No.
When we go down there, I'll cast a spell.
I'm just gonna use my ring. Light.
Okay. All right.
I'm gonna light it on my sword, and
All right.
That's a really inconvenient thing to have light on.
I can put it back in my gauntlet.
Oh, true.
That's
I
true.
forgot. Yeah, we
True
all
face.
have gloves of. We all have a glove of story.
Yeah, so it's just like, whoop.
It's a party.
Actually, a sword's never a bad idea because as long as you have a sheath,
Yeah.
you can
Well,
shoot the light.
All right. You'll head down the ladder, and down below is a kind of small room where there's a lot of very mundane items. There is what looks to be some rations, a bedroll, like some lamps, some oil, just a lot of little things like that in this area. There's also like a small tunnel that leads to the end of the tunnel is what looks to be a brick wall at the end of it.
I'm gonna search around for traps first.
Okay. Go ahead and make a perception check.
Yeah.
No, you don't find any traps. Give me a local check again. Give me a local check, actually. That'll work. I'm thinking if there's any other checks that would work here.
geography.
No.
Hmm?
All right. Certainly, this room looks like a place for someone to maybe hide out.
We just find a hideout.
Yeah, but not like a major one. There's like a, small area to the side. Yes, this would not be geography, unfortunately.
One day, I believe in it.
Hey,
You'll
I
get
took
to
it.
use
Sepantis can't say I'm not the best sailor ever.
We'll get to use
Okay.
it one day.
I mean, it's like we had a lot of geography rolls. They just haven't come up since then. Since you took it.
Yeah. I took it just so I could have the
You're-
title of the best ship navigator
You're
in
the
the
best
world. Okay?
sailor. You're like an alright navigator.
Mhm.
No, I'm at 18 geography. That's a pretty damn high check.
There are definitely people with a
That's
lot
good.
higher.
Yeah,
go.
but they're not nearly as good at
Some
sailing.
people go
as
to
I am.
school for geography.
I was gonna say the people
I
who
got a
have
higher
it a
score
lot
than them,
higher
though.
are probably people who make maps.
No, they probably don't because they're not high enough level. I win because I'm higher level, bitch.
No, but I'm saying the people who have a higher geography would probably people who are like map makers and they specifically studied that their entire life.
Yeah. 18's really high for like characters in the game.
Well, we know there's a hideout here. We could look for more ghost symbols.
I did say there was a weird tunnel that led to just a brick wall.
We can check. I'm gonna check the back and check for.
There's definitely a passageway.
Yeah. Yes, it's a passageway. I mean, I'm not gonna have you check again.
Okay.
You kind of like not only kind of know what you're looking for. Rather than this time, there's like a thing that like moves it out of the way, which you will hear like after a little while, like the area will close behind you. So it's like it was only open for a little bit before it kind of like slips back into place.
Yeah, it makes sense. If someone's trying to get a quick getaway, they might not have time to close it, but they want it auto shut.
Yeah, it's probably got like a spring loading or something that like puts it back. Anyway, some kind of mechanical thing. This easily kind of like pushes out of the way this kind of brick wall piece. As you can see, like it's kind of a door, but it's like disguised as a wall, and it seems to lead into the sewers, and it is just sewer smell as soon as you push it out of the way.
Yeah,
that's fine.
Hate it.
I should have brought a spell called Ignore Smell.
So, what do you want to do?
Well, if you have prestidigitation, you can like do it right under your nose.
Not a cleric spell. Well, let's move on.
Yeah, I mean,
we'll find someone eventually.
Well, I guess I don't have anything for tracking. All I could do is just search around and see if I could guess if there's been any like travel around that I can see obvious signs of, unless anyone has.
The only other useful skill here would have been knowledge dungeoneering.
Yeah,
that might have helped for sewer knowledge.
Survival wouldn't be bad because you might be able to track where people have been.
Sewer, unfortunately, isn't a skill, Tantus.
That's why it's dungeoneering, right? Dungeoneering is
I'll give you
like
dungeoneering,
sewers.
I guess, or
Yeah.
dungeon, sewer, close enough.
Yo, Mark.
Sewer is a type of dungeon if it has.
Well, like
monsters in it.
if you're gonna like identify a ooze, it would be a knowledge dungeoneering check. So,
I'm gonna just make a perception check.
I don't have
if
it,
I see any signs of obvious, like someone's been here, or hear anything in the distance of like mirrored voices or something.
Sure.
That's the best thing I could try to do.
Pretty good check. Pretty good check. I have to think about what could be noticed if you're going to notice anything.
Right.
Because certainly, it's not like you're using survival, you're using perception.
My survival is a 2.
Yeah. Certainly, it's a sewer. You're outside of your normal element here. But, like, kind of taking, like, a look around, certainly, you can see that... yeah, you'll notice something. You'll notice what looks to be kind of like a little ways out of the way. Seems to be kind of like obscured in some like little bits of debris from damage, because it's a sewer that's been here for some while, so it's got some age, so little bits of flaking of kind of the stonework, brickwork that's supports it, and certainly it's got like this is like a kind of main runoff that kind of like leads down to the docks where it kind of exits from the city, and you'll see a fleck of something in your light, and investigating it, it's this really nice looking gold necklace.
Are there any traps?
Called life.
No.
Okay.
Looks like it fell down from something, when it was dropped.
I'm gonna look around, look up.
You're just in a kind of straight tunnel right now.
Feel around.
Mm-hmm. No.
I pick up the necklace.
Yeah, really nice gold necklace.
Is there any symbolage on it, or is it just like a...
It's fairly generic. Probably
It's
got
probably
like
something that someone stole, just dropped.
yeah, definitely from the way it's out. It looks as though it was dropped from something like probably from someone leaving the location you just came from, heading down this tunnel.
Well, we know we're going the right way.
But you said this dead ends.
No, I said it's a tunnel.
Oh, well, I guess we can. Then
You're
you're going.
you're
tunnel,
in the
yeah.
sewer.
Yeah,
You know.
Okay.
You
Well,
know.
sewers do have points where they stop.
They do. They do. Not at this moment.
I will continue going ahead and keeping my eyes peeled to see if I see anything else.
Yeah, we're
Right.
moving.
God. I mean, technically, really survival's the best for tracking. But if any of you have any other way of like tracking stuff, do any of you have any of us have scent and can enjoy sewer even more?
No, I could have prepared a spell for it though, but I didn't.
I don't have anything like that.
No.
I mean, the only thing I have is my Eye for Plunder trait, which gives me a bonus. It allows me to look for secret doors and stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
I can give us a companion for a minute that can have the scent trait. You think that'll help?
Maybe.
I mean, it's a minute.
I could do it.
Gives us.
I could do it 9 times, so I could do 9 minutes.
Maybe.
Would that help?
Maybe.
All right, let me just check the summon monsters list real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a second.
This doesn't seem like a very good use of our time.
Well, I
I
don't
don't have
know.
better
I mean,
plan. I don't
if
have
we
better
can't,
plan.
well, if Tantus is saying we're gonna struggle to find something, but like a
I mean,
scent
like,
trait would be useful.
I'm gonna
then,
tell you,
yeah.
there are other ways. Like, this is probably the most direct way you've got. If you go about some of the other ways, it might be more difficult for you as a 3.
Yeah, I mean,
Unless I
I
can
don't
use-
know.
I mean,
no
I
one
can
else
try
has
survival.
survival.
Let me
Just
just roll it.
I was gonna say, does anyone actually have survival?
I don't think so.
I have a +4 from wisdom.
I might have a.
I have a
no.
+2 because of my wisdom.
Okay.
I mean, I could try
I
to
have a
assist
3.
you.
Okay, yeah. How about you guys try to assist me and we'll just see what happens. We roll it first.
Rip.
That's not an assist.
Mm-hmm.
That is an assist.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So this is at +2.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm at 15.
All right.
This is ironic. If I would have done it and had you assist.
Hey.
All
Yeah,
right.
Be like that.
Thing.
But you
That's
had the
funny.
better.
A dog's scent skill is only 1 higher than my survival check.
Maybe perhaps dog is not the right choice. I don't know.
Oh, I'm looking. I'm reading the list. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Let's see. What's a wolf? Wolves isn't better.
I would have thought a wolf would have been slightly better than a dog.
It's at both at +5. Oh, boar might be really good.
This should be what your entire next
Character.
Saturday's show is about Tantus, about how the people at Paizo hate dogs.
Those poor dogs.
Well, +5 is actually pretty good in terms of like a skill check for like normal people.
No, they should be +20 because they're good boys and they sniff real good.
I mean,
I don't disagree.
technically, scent also is a little bit of like works a little bit better than just like normal tracking too. Anyway.
Yeah.
This whole anti-dog agenda by Paizo.
Yeah.
I can summon a dire bat. It is blind sense.
Yes, the DC is much lower for. Oh God, am I frozen up? Discord. Uh-oh. I don't know if I'm up on live anything going on? How are we doing? Everything just froze up there. I dropped a bunch of frames.
That'll be helpful.
Let's end some tasks then. I don't know what's going on. Yay, technical issue. I am frozen up. I don't know if any, yeah, I don't know if anybody can hear me or anything. Still says I'm buttons.
Button presser.
Welcome back. Everything is not currently dead.
Woo!
We had a temporary break.
It was close to when I was going to take the break, and everything just broke on me. So, hey!
Technical difficulties.
Technical force break.
Mm-hmm. And then, of course, like, Discord, when I'm trying to restart it, it's sort of like, I want to update now, and I'm like, I hate you. Just update, just reload, please. But no.
Yeah, we hate Discord around these parts.
I mean, at least it's not Skype.
Bro, don't even.
Skype is so glad that you just said their name.
The last time Skype was relevant.
Someone remembers us! Oh my god!
Yeah, the
Bro, I
CEO
should talk
just
Skype.
stopped in bed.
I don't even think
On
people
a weekly basis.
use Skype. I think most people have at least gone to Teams.
Skype is still installed on my computer.
Oh yeah, I still have it
I
around.
think
But
it's
I also
auto-installed.
yeah
It's
I have
auto-installed.
I have Teams,
I
which
believe
is
I
also
also.
auto installed.
I don't have either. I think it deletes both.
So, do you figure out what you're summoning to, like, track stuff or not, or what you're doing?
The bear.
Yeah, we'll summon a
The
bear because it's a +5 survival and descent trait, which adds more to the tracking.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm assuming the 15 didn't get us anywhere.
No.
Okay.
So I have a bear now.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
It's my grizzly bear that is all chaotically and morphed up. Can't help that one.
It's got, like, a mohawk.
It's like a blob
Wait,
of.
is it just on its
it's like
head
a-
or is it down its whole back?
Just on its
Yes. No, it's down its back and then it's like arms too. Okay.
head. It's got arm mohawks.
And it's like a kind of undulating form because it's made of the maelstrom.
Mm-hmm.
It's an anthropic creature
Mm-hmm.
because that's how my thing works.
Occasionally, you'll see, like, parts of its body kind of just, like, goes, like, wiggle and stuff in weird and very gross ways. Unnaturally. Because it
Yeah,
looks like a bear, but then it, like slime or ooze or something, like, kind of parts of its body undulate like that.
I hate that.
Yeah.
I'm glad I'm not there for this.
Gotta be honest.
You've seen this guy before.
Mohawk bear, not a fan of undulation bear.
I can't help it, okay? It comes from Besmar's will. I don't think she knows what a bear looks like, I'll be honest.
It's unbearable.
I wish Best Mara will kill this thing.
Shut up, the bear's guiding us. So unless you want to start sniffing the ground, Yaalkol. Good Barrington, good Barrington.
I just have you know.
understand.
Who made fun of me?
That's like it's like half its face undulates for a minute.
I love you, Barrington.
Sorry, I think.
No, Barrington said he loves you.
Please make me roll a survival check for Barrington.
Does he get a bonus for having sense?
It really just lowers the DC by a whole lot.
Okay. Can I assist?
By rules, yes.
Technically, yes. But just roll first and we'll see if you need to help a bear out.
Ah,
You don't have to help a bear out.
How many minutes do I have to summon this thing for?
Yo, help a bear out.
We'll... look, I'm not quite you know what?
How long does the bear last?
A minute each casting. I have 9 minutes.
I will say you will use up, I'm gonna use this 3 that was rolled earlier, and say 3 minutes. Congratulations! I've used this dice that was rolled earlier in chat.
The D100, not a 3.
Could have been 3. It could have been 100 minutes.
It could have been. I don't think I would have did D100, but it's close enough. So
3 is close enough. Yeah.
3 is very close to 100.
Mhm. So the bear will kind of like begin like you'll have it like sniff the piece of jewelry, kind of sniff around the area of the jewelry and stuff, and like it'll pick up a scent and it'll start kind of like bounding off as it kind of like does that bear run, but also like you'll see randomly like its like entire body will like wave, undulate unnaturally as it's bounding. So it's almost like this it's almost like a worm. Like, or like something like, you know, like the fish kind of like going like this through the water.
It's disgusting.
It's entropic. Entropic.
Call it whatever you want. The thing is a nightmare.
It's made of literally chaotic energy.
It deserves a swift and painful death.
Well, it'll smite law you.
I'm not lawful, get fucked.
Yeah, it wouldn't do anything anyway. It doesn't have a positive charisma modifier.
Look out, Jacob! You're vulnerable to it.
He's coming for you, Jacob.
Alright. After, like, resummoning in a couple of times, you'll pick up this trail right away. Back on the trail. You're like, alright, bear, back out. Here you go. Roar!
Good Barrington. I pet him.
Doesn't have to be.
I give him scratches where he likes them.
The third time it gets summoned, for whatever reason, it has 6 limbs, too.
No, this is a normal day. It happens. It rotates between, like, 10 and 1. Don't ask.
But the 2 limbs are, like, not really usable. They're kind of like these weird, like, almost like insect legs out of its, in between its 2 normal...
A human hand.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy thing is, it doesn't have to do any of this. This is awful.
I'm literally pulling energy from the Maelstrom, okay? Like, it's not that, it's not that easy.
Anyway. After, like, the 3rd minute, you're for a second, you're like, we have to summon it again for the track. But then, I'm not going to even have you roll because, again, like, Joe, you're going to hear some noise. It's basically led you down this kind of like little chase through a number of sewers, taking turns here and there along the paths, like, the kind of like area kind of to the side. And then so you hear some noise coming up from like around the corner. Like there's sort of like the tunnel that you're in kind of goes forward a bit, and that cuts off to the right side where you can hear some like what sounds like a fiddle playing.
Some sewer fiddling.
Sewer fiddling.
I love the fiddle while I'm in the sewer. What are you talking about?
Everybody sewer fills around here.
Is it fiddle? Are they gonna start like controlling snakes or rats? I don't know. There's a story about a fiddle.
I'm pretty sure.
There's a fiddle though. Isn't there a story about a fiddle and rats or mice?
Oh, you're thinking of a flute.
Is it a flute?
Yeah.
Not a
The
fiddler's on the roof, not in the sewer.
Oh.
Yeah, you're thinking of the piper of
Yeah, Dr.
Yeah.
Pipes.
Dr. Pipes. Yeah.
He's laying some pipes, if you know what I mean.
Hey-o, you know what I'm saying?
Hey yo.
They are rats, so that would be, he would go to jail for that. Yeah, so what are we doing? I'm scared.
I guess we approach Mr. Fiddle McGee. Prepare your will saves, Yaalkol.
Oh no.
They're never prepared.
If it's charm effect, I can't end it. Wait, do we have Conqueror with us actually? Conqueror's here!
Oh.
Yeah, Conqueror's been there the entire time.
He could have probably rolled one of those checks. It's
your fault you forgot to ask him.
Yeah, he's so small.
So
you
he
don't
just
see
started nodding and watching as we're doing all this. Like, wow, I probably could help around here.
But I'm not gonna say anything.
No, I don't want to get.
He's got a
blamed.
0 to his survival, so he couldn't help
Okay.
with that.
Or he may have a spell, I don't know. Anyway, Conqueror should prepare in case he needs to do counter charm, okay? That's all.
Okay. He's like,
Yeah.
I will be ready, as he'll twist his mustache,
Thanks. I doubt we'll need it, but you never know. Listen, the last thing I want is that man to be charmed. I mean, listen, last time I was charmed, I almost killed him. And a couple other people.
I don't remember it that way. I stood a pretty good chance. I was doing fine. I was just like, I don't know. I tripped a little bit. It wasn't that big of a deal.
He was
I fine.
underwater. Yaalkol, it was underwater.
You can trip on coral. There's coral down there.
We were swimming, Yaalkol. Above everything. Oh, you're right from The Walking Dead. He's getting a spin-off, by the way. Somehow, even though the show is about him. I don't know how he gets a spin-off. I'll be real, but hey.
Yeah, so I have literally yeah.
Yeah, but I think we approach not expecting anything that bad, actually.
Okay.
But you never know.
Certainly you can turn the corner and kind of walk forward towards what area that you can actually now see is lit. And certainly as you come walking up, because none of you are god-awful stealthy,
I am, if I'm trying to be.
You are the only one that's stealthy out of
We
this.
aren't trying to.
I have a +4.
+4.
It's not a class skill.
I mean, it's better than nothing. What does Yakul have?
Those go
-5.
That'd be a lot.
For stealth, you say?
ACP penalty.
So I don't have a lot of ACP penalty because I have really nice magical armor, but I also don't have a lot of other stuff. So it's a flat zip. It's a little no-no.
Hey, at least it's not negative.
You're averagely stealthy.
Mm-hmm.
So we all stealth in here?
I don't think so. I think
That's
we're
a very good stealth.
No, we're not stealthy.
Yeah, no, you're only as good as your worst roll.
Oh, I didn't even see your roll. I just said we're not stealthing because there's no.
Yes, as you're like, so being stealthy, as you see like Yakul get down, hunch, you're like, well, we're not really stealthy. And then it's
You
like,
see him just like jump into the water.
yeah. No. He gets down. He gets down. He just like tries to be stealthy. Then he like, stops. He's like, oh, okay.
He trips on the coral.
Over does nothing. It makes me no less visible.
Just kind of hunches down a little bit, which doesn't really help because you're still big. Anyway,
Guys, I don't think this is gonna work out.
so, at first, nothing kind of gets interrupted, but after a little bit, as you're kind of entering into what looks to be a kind of large cistern, the noise stops. From what you can see, this cistern has been kind of converted in what could be best described as a tavern. There's a massive hole in the middle where water and would pour in from up above for other upper areas of the sewer. And to one side there is a area table with a couple of tables and a bar with a bunch of stools around it. To the other side is a couple of what looks to be beds and stuff set up. And there's a bunch of people here that are just kind of all staring at you as you walk in. And not saying a thing.
I think
What's up?
I think we may have found what we were looking for, guys.
What was the name of the guild? It's the Whispering Winds?
No.
What was it again?
That was... I believe you are meaning to say the Thin Wisps.
Thin Wisps. Listen, okay. Sort of,
see them all kind of reaching down towards daggers and weapons.
yeah, we could literally we could wipe all of these guys, no problem. They're not scared. Thin Wisps. We are in contact with your leader, or one of them.
No one's responding.
Let us go speak to him. We have an important business to arrange.
What was his name?
Did we ever get his name?
No.
I don't think
You
so.
got a
yeah.
contact within the Thin Wisps.
You haven't.
Yeah,
you
well-
do have a name.
Oh, actually, yeah, I do. Right? Shit. What's his? Where is it? It is. Is it Christopher Lorenzo? Right?
Christoph.
Christoph. We're looking for Christoph Lorenzo. He's a friend of a friend.
At kind of saying this, the man with the fiddle will kind of like, who's already kind of like half put the fiddle down and was also reaching for a weapon, will kind of like take a look and kind of like put the fiddle down on the bar as they were in front of it, and then we'll say like, "What's your friend?"
Called the bluff. Almost.
Um.
I feel like we should have really seen this one coming.
Yeah. I don't think my friend's name is really the one that should be thrown around much. She did some shit.
The person's gonna like look to everybody else and be like, "Is that what?"
You're in.
Just let us speak to the dude.
Yeah,
He'll
really.
know.
No!
Jesus Christ. I'll give you like 50 gold if you do it.
Look, you seem like idiots, so I'll get
No,
this.
I'm
quick...
sick of.
No, let's get this straight up here. You walked into our secret headquarters in the sewer, demanded to speak to who knows who.
I asked, first of all.
Alright, fine. Asked randomly. Did I mention secret?
Yeah, well, it wasn't that hard to find. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, I gotta be honest. You probably don't want to draw like little drawings of ghosts wherever you're hiding your stuff.
Fucking dead.
But anyway, we are working with one of your guys. They met us yesterday. We have a job involving the docks.
Where's Christoph come in?
He's a friend. I'm not sure. Listen,
You don't look like any friend of Christoph's.
No, because I'm a friend of a friend.
Yeah, who's your friend?
Did you give us you didn't give me a name to give?
You know her name.
Yeah, but you don't want your name about. Misty.
I think we need to just tell
Who?
Other name. Wouldn't you also know?
What's your other name? Remus?
That's the dude's name.
Esmera?
There you go.
Esmera. I don't remember your other name, okay? It's come up like twice in 2 years. Esmera.
Interesting. How do you know this Esmera?
We're companions.
Well, you seem like interesting folks to be anybody's companions.
Oh God. Guess are you gonna do it or not?
I'm gonna do what?
Go get Christoph or your leader so we can start arranging some shit.
Look, you people have been like really rude. I'm sorry to say, and I don't know if we want to give you anything.
You're.
Look, we're not trying to be rude. We were trying to find Christoph. We have a deal with them to get some information.
With Christoph?
Or wasn't it Christoph? Or
No,
We have a
he's
deal with
just-
a halfling.
We have a
Misty
deal.
told you to go talk to this guy.
We have a
We
deal
have a
with a
deal-
halfling.
We have a dealing with a halfling that had a ruby for an eye. He told us to speak with Christoph.
No, he didn't. You're mixing
Misty,
it up.
Misty.
Okay.
Misty did.
Oh, okay, so.
It's a lot of things going on, I know.
Yeah.
In his defense, that's what I thought happened too.
There's a lot of things going on currently.
Because we also have that connection with the
Yeah.
the guy
But
with
we
the
gotta
eye.
finalize our deal with him.
So what you're saying is you've made a deal with a member of our esteemed associations here, and you also have a friend of a friend in the association who you didn't talk with to begin with?
Well,
we ran into the one.
the
with
Order of Knowledge was separate. We learned about this guy after we already spoke to the Ruby man.
And
Look,
he
it
ran
was a
into
complex
him.
entrance.
Yeah, we've had some stuff going on.
So, are you wanting to speak to Christoph to get a better deal on whatever deal you made with the ruby-eyed man?
We just need to work out more details, okay? And you probably will help us make sure we're not getting, make sure we get up and up.
All right, okay. What are your names? What names should I pass on?
Revia. I mean, Christoph won't know it. Halfling probably will.
Yes, okay, good.
Yeah, Chester.
That makes sense. Revia, Chester, nice to meet both of you. How about number 3?
Yaalkol.
All right, I'll be back. Nobody kill anybody or do anything too drastic. You 3, please stay right there. Okay?
No problem.
Great.
Thank you.
Wonderful.
It's nice to meet me. I'm a pretty nice guy.
We'll find out. Maybe we'll hang around you more. Maybe we won't. I don't know. I'll take your word for it.
No, I was just fluttering under my breath because he said it was nice to meet you to Revia and Chester, but not to Yaalkol.
Yeah.
So I just muttering under my breath.
And he heard you responded. Man Up will get up and kind of head around back through the through a down the tunnel on the opposite side of you into the the cistern, and then kind of seemingly take a turn and kind of walk into one of the walls. After about 5 minutes of awkwardly kind of staring at each other, where there's a dozen and a half random people just kind of sitting around in various places in the room, just kind of looking at you, staring at you very observantly, and then the man will kind of come back, seemingly walking back out through a wall, kind of turning the corner, kind of heading back, kind of coming over and be like, all right, sounds like you did indeed make a deal when someone tried to extort you.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, because we weren't going to get extorted.
I don't think that's how that works.
Well, it did work like that, so...
It's not a lesson to learn. It was probably worth more to make a deal with you in this one situation. It won't always be true. What has Esma seen in you, lot?
Look, if I wasn't here... Listen. Can we just... I hate it here. This place sucks.
I'm sorry you're having a bad time and, apparently somehow have stumbled in through a series of events that, I've got to be honest, from the outside sounds really dumb. But I guess you got lucky?
No, it's been a very, mostly reasonable series of events.
Really?
Yes.
Anything I do serious.
It's been a long couple days.
It
I
sounds
just want to
like
go
it.
back on the ocean. I miss it.
Nothing's stopping you from leaving. Look, I'm just saying.
I don't need to hear anything. Can we go speak to the halfling man?
Come over to our office. As he's kind of pointing towards the bar that he is now back in front of, and he'll take a seat again over next to his fiddle. As then he'll kind of gesture over for one of the other people to come over and grab something and pour him a shot of something hard. As he'll take a swig. Ugh. So, you try to make a deal.
We're speaking to Christoph, correct? Or who are we speaking to right now?
You're asking for who I am?
No, I'm asking you, Tantus. who
Yeah,
we're
you
speaking
don't
to.
know. You don't know.
Oh, okay.
It's the
we don't
fiddle
know.
player, you know.
Yeah.
So say your question again.
So what is it exactly you're looking for? Because I gotta be honest, the person that you originally made a deal with is currently busy at the moment. Not that they won't be free in a little while, but I'm guessing you don't want to stick around here in a... Well, honestly, we don't want you to stick around here for longer than you need to.
We don't want to either, but
Great.
no.
You are random people that walked in here. Look, I'm going to be honest. You might have had an easy job doing it. No one from the officials will wander down into the sewer.
Oh, I believe it.
Wasn't exactly what we wanted to do either.
Well, congratulations. You were the first people... Well, not the first people to wander down into this area, but the first people to not only wander down this area, but honestly find your way here.
Yeah, we were specifically looking for this, so this was our goal.
That helps.
We didn't just stumble here. We wanted to talk to you guys specifically. To be clear, this was planned.
Well, you did find us. Good on you.
We want to finalize details about the plan, about location information, if any maps about it, anything that you guys can help us do it, because you're scratching our backs and we're scratching yours and we're paying. So
I don't think there's any scratching of... Well, there might be scratching of backs to a degree.
Yeah,
I mean, it's really...
Specifically, we agreed to, if they need anything from that spot when we're raiding it, we're going to grab it for them. So we are helping them in a way. It was the original agreement. So...
I don't think the agreement... All right.
That's what
I
I
don't
said
know...
to him. We shook on
Yes.
it. All right? So...
I don't know what your agreement was, but let's just spell it out forward here while you have me. We've gone beyond extorting you because you're pirates that have invaded Cheliax and randomly showed up at the Thieves Guild here. Hi, welcome. We're, I guess, brothers in arms in a way. Land and sea thieves. Anyway, why are you here?
We need to get information about the ship movements and plans and sizes for the fleet heading south to the Eye of Abaddon, or Abadago.
All right.
That's what we're going for. Okay?
Certainly, the easiest way to go to is the Jut.
You're going to have to explain this. I'm not from here.
It's where the Navy headquarters are.
Okay.
East wing of the harbor.
Good. Okay.
That's
you guys...
This is the common knowledge. Were you looking for a specific office or something? Do you know who you're looking into?
The invasion is being headed by, I'm grabbing the name, but I say the name of the person that we have. The cousin of the queen, I think.
Yes. Let me see if I had her name available.
I have it in my notes. I just need to pull them up.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I might not have made notes of her.
Yeah, I don't know if I have her name.
The Admiral. She's an Admiral, isn't she?
She is an
Yeah.
admiral.
She's the cousin of the Empress. She's a Throne or what? Thon? I don't know the name.
Don't call her a thought. We don't know anything about her.
That's rude, dog.
We spoke to her before, in fact.
Stand up. Except for the whole devil worshipping.
She's a Throne.
She
I
is
know
a
that.
throne.
She's the cousin of the current queen, though. So we have her name. I don't think I have it written.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a while ago too. I did.
Yes, I'm trying to quickly get it because I think I can get it. Juvalia Thrune.
Yeah.
Javalia. There you go.
Yes.
I have someone's name. I have this name. Does anyone know where this is from? Sure, I know
Yes.
about
He is the other head Inquisitor, remember?
it. Oh, okay, yeah. The names are too hard to pronounce, so I literally just can't. I'll be honest. I can't pronounce those words, so it's just, they don't stick.
It's fine. You want to mess
Yeah.
with a Thrune when another one's coming into town?
You know, it was unfortunate timing, but we're on, time limits.
All right.
So do you have maps of the inside of this building?
No,
Anyone that-
no one would have a map of that, and we're not messing around with the Navy enough. I'm sorry to say.
That's fine, I'm just asking,
Yeah.
seeing what you have.
If you're looking,
Um,
I can identify which probably is the best building to break into if you're looking for something related to Thrune's office. I'm not sure if the Admiral herself would have this paperwork or someone working directly for her. Not only noting, there is a number of people hanging around her. The Queen herself, from what we've gathered, is meeting with the Admiral at some point.
Okay, so that means they're not likely to be at the office.
I mean,
good.
what do we have? You were messing around with someone that has having important meetings with a queen of our nation or the nation we're in right now, and with a major figure within the Inquisitors. I'm sorry, something is afoot here that I'm not feeling great about for your entire safety. And you are friends with Asmera, so I would rather not send you on something that's going to get you killed.
Yeah, well, we kind of gotta get this information. So, unless you have any better ideas of getting this information, we're gonna have to figure out a way into that place.
Well, it's going to be heavily locked down for most of the time. If the Admiral's planning some kind of major naval incursion, certainly I think I can think of a couple of ways you might be able to get some information. I don't know what you're looking for exactly, but if they're planning some kind of major... Numbers is a very vague thing. I mean, honestly, you could go count the number of ships in the various fleets. They are marked.
Yeah, well, we need to know when they're leaving and about how many ships there are and what type of ships.
All right.
It's complicated. Because you know how many guns they have and whatnot.
I can give you a couple things off the bat that I can know about, but I'm going to go talk with my friend who's, with the good old Ruby Eye about a few things, because they might know some more things. But the two things I can suggest is there's two different things you could do. You could do, one, break into the offices at the Jet. You're going to have to deal with all the security, go in during a time that people are relatively distracted, or maybe at night, though there's usually people there at all times of day. Honestly, another reason to not mess around with it. It's naval headquarters. Get into the appropriate office and hope that they have whatever they're looking for. Not saying they don't have it there. Maybe they do. Break into an admiral's office. That's number one. Number two, here's another thing that I know is going to happen. There will be a party at some point in time. You've already broken into this city. Maybe new disguise, break into a party, observe some people talking about something secret. Again, probably just as dangerous as the last one, but maybe also a distraction. I don't know. There's probably a couple other things that can be done. But again, I'm going to have to talk to my associate, who might know some more about what's going on. But those are the two main things I can think about.
We also have ways of creating really large distractions while we do infiltration. So,
depending on your distraction, it might be good or bad. I'm going to tell you that there. Because remember, a lot of important people that, I don't know of a good distraction that would not draw more unneeded attention.
oh, listen, hey. Honestly, we'll mostly we're gonna figure it out. You know, we're not too worried about it because once we get in and get the information, we can just teleport out. So like, we just gotta secure the information.
Look, you three sit here again. I'm gonna go make sure to get my friend.
Yeah.
Give them a shot of it. Give them a sewer shot. The hardest thing we have, you'll need it. Anne's gonna head off. And you're all gonna be poured a drink of some kind of like, it looks kind of like this, like, nearly clear liquid with a kind of almost brownish tinge to it. In little shot glasses that each of you will be offered.
I'll try it.
It burns.
I don't drink it. I feed it to Yaalkol.
Yaalkol. It burns.
Well,
Rip.
It's acid damage, not fire. Did you want to move to the other two?
I gotta be honest, like, I kinda do, but also, like, you guys got into depths here because I got kind of interrupted with what I was gonna do.
Dude, send it. Finish him off.
Yeah, because I can, it's like, also, like, because we got half an hour and changing scenes is kind of difficult. I think we might just do a lot of, I'd rather, I was gonna split this a little better, but it just, like, the break in the middle kind of broke my stride, unfortunately, with everything crashing. Because I can switch to them, and it might just be that I would start them, and we could continue then a little bit longer. Or I could maybe finish you guys up a little bit more, and then switch to them for a little bit. Why don't we do that? I can kind of get to a little bit better of a spot here to split, because I don't think there's a good spot to split here. We're close to one. So, the halfling you met earlier, the Ruby Eye, will kind of head back, and kind of like hop up on a stool at the bar, take a shot, and kind of like be like, the good stuff. Alright, you three. Certainly, seems my friend here was helping you out. A little bit of a, freebie here. But I do have some information that you'd be interested in. Some things that a couple of my contacts learned about. So, okay, this is me. What was your agreed upon price?
It was, I think it was like 4,000. I paid 1,000 up front.
Yeah, okay. I'm just making sure I remember correctly. Alright. Money you gave was some good money, so I can give some good information. Some basics that is easy to learn about. Certainly, the information you're probably looking for, not something to the public. Not something that anybody I know would be able to kind of shout out. But I can tell you some basics. There have been rumors of a major military operation going to be happening with the fleet of Miss Thrun, as you were saying was going to happen. The exact details of this operation and the actions of her fleet, not 100% known. But there have been a number of military exercises and war games that her fleet has been hanging on, and just the rumors and amongst a number of sailors that something big's happening. Guessing that's what you're investigating. I assume?
Yeah, basically.
Alright. Here's what I can tell you. Dravalia has been coming up with a plan. Seems as though originally her plan was something a little less avant-garde. But word is that whatever she's planning hit a large snag. Not sure what that snag was. But regardless, she had to change her plans a little bit. So, she called on a favor from someone. From another major figure who's in town today. Calcios. Good old head of the Inquisition. Tormentor, torturer extraordinaire. And one of the worst sons of bitches you'd ever meet. Apparently also a genius. Previously, she had arranged for testing of some kind of weapon he was developing. Apparently, he's been developing a way to magically enhance, and this is a bit of mumbo-jumbo for me, the exact details of it, but breaks down to he's coming up with basically armored, heavily armored warships that have special magical enhancements that make them travel just as fast as your normal warship. Basically developing a way to up your average Chelaxian warship by basically, I don't know, 50% deadlier. And apparently testing it and working on it. So, rumor has it, he's going to be outfitting about half a dozen of these to test with this military exercise, too. That's why he's there, and that's why the Queen is coming in, to take a look at prototypes or something and to discuss the plan, as we assume. That's the idea that we're figuring out from the information I've gained. Plans going on, gotta talk about it, gotta discuss it with the person ruling the nation, you know? Big military operation. Whatever it is. So, there is a little bit more information. There is another Thrune in town, though a little less well-known. Izalia Thrune is in town. Great uncle of Druvalia, member of the Thrune family, and apparently, from what my sources tell me, the one fitting a lot of the bill for this upcoming expedition. Queen wasn't going to do it, according to the rumors. So, these are your people in play. You have a weapons maker, a queen, an old uncle who is spending a lot of money to fund some kind of military expedition, and a admiral who's going to lead it. Any questions so far?
Zalia is funding it, or is he leading it?
Zalia is the one giving funding. Military expedition costs money. Cheliax has a lot of money, but for major operations, any kind of major operations, we probably would have heard something if they were declaring war on somebody. This sounds like something that's a little less formal. So, as much as you get the backing from the Queen, something like this, you know, probably not going to happen unless, you know, someone else is fitting the bill. Queen's not stupid. Probably not going to throw money in there unless she needs to. So if someone else's money's on the line, might be much better obligated to supporting it and letting one of her admirals, especially someone related to her, do something that might be dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
So, the last part of this entire endeavor is, and this is something that was kind of weirdly rumored a couple of months back, but it might be related to that. Admiral Druvalia has been making nice with the church. Now, I'm not sure what she's been doing, but a couple months ago, there were rumors of her showing up for maybe days on end, going and visiting our local branch of the Church of Asmodeus. Don't know what that's about, but is it related? Who knows? After she was finished with that, she still does visit A lot more than she used to, which is unusual, but everybody assumed at the time maybe it's just because she became more religious. You know? Is it related to what she's doing? Honestly, finding some religion might be. But the church's backing also might be something she's gained somehow. I don't know. That might be something to look into. It's just some information that I've got. So, if you're looking for information on any kind of secret weapons, how they're used and stuff like that, you gotta break into an Inquisitor's office. Well, not their Inquisitor office, their scientist office. Engineer's office. You want information on some fleet things. Maybe an Admiral's office, or maybe her headquarters, which will probably be staffed at all times. And then the man will say, I did suggest also the big party that's going to be happening, probably at the parties where the main meetings will be happening. It tends to be a thing if there's anybody else noble involved or important involved. It's a good excuse to bring them all together. And nobles like their parties. This information good enough for you?
Yeah.
It's a pleasure doing business. I expect the rest of the money. There can be elaboration on anything I've passed on, certainly. And if there is any secondary questions based on what this is, because we've done deals with you and you're already paid a good amount, I would be willing to probably look into a few smaller things related to this. Honestly, not much of a trouble at this point. But just let us know. Otherwise, I think we're done here. He's just going to kind of give like a little salute and kind of turn around and head off.
Someone else have 1,000 gold?
No.
Yaalkol?
I have
I
243.
I'm almost certain I have some money.
Yeah, I just need another 1,000.
I can chip in what I have.
Yeah, I have 1,000.
Okay, yeah, just pay 1,000, Erik.
1,000 paid.
The guy's paid. Cool.
If you need to get back in contact with us, I can be found. How's that sound? I can make myself a little more scarce, a little bit findable. Where are you staying?
Esmeralda's brother. The young one.
You're staying with Remus?
That's, it's, it's a long...
Place to stay.
It's a long story.
Didn't have much of a choice at the moment.
Our entrance was, we got into an unexpected situation when we entered the city.
We didn't know the queen was...
Yeah, that would be unexpected. I can understand that. Do you need a place to stay? I can see if I can arrange something.
Yeah, we don't have to bother the young wizard.
I think he pissed him off enough.
Alright, give me a minute, and I'll, lead you someplace that you can stay. It'll be relatively safe, and it'll be a good place for you to get in contact with us from there. And he's gonna go get some things together and then lead you somewhere. In the meantime, we'll start with the other group as you're being led to an inn. As the morning falls, and kind of going back in time, and the two of you are finally getting up, I'm guessing, a soldier will come up to you, a Hell Knight, and be like, "Excuse me, are you the two folks staying with us?"
Yes.
Excellent. Please come with me.
Okay.
Lictor Uru Adam has arrived back early this morning and would like to meet with you.
Well, I'm ready for it.
All right, you'll be led through the facility into like a tower kind of area. In there'll be like a man, a very dark-skinned man. So he looks like he could come from like Grund himself, rather than here on God, I can never remember the continent's name off the top of my head. Arcadia. Took me a minute to remember it. And he's kind of gonna be like kind of like look towards you, kind of like turn around. He'd be like, "Well, guess, eh?"
Yeah, it would appear so.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it would appear so. You've come at a very fitting time, I must say.
What do you mean by that?
The arrival of the Queen?
Oh, of course. I mean, I was aware the Queen was here, but I didn't realize you needed assistance.
Oh, our need of assistance is something that we would not. And certainly, I would love for her to tour our facilities and show off the might of the Order of the Chain's ability to become the effective prison, to be all prison for the most notorious of all criminals in the entire Inner Sea region. Certainly I would. But she's a very busy woman and has a lot of business to attend to. Just as I'm a very busy man and have plenty of business to attend to. But nonetheless, you are here. And certainly it sounds like you have your own business. You have recruits that you're bringing back to the north. Send them into the meat grinder, so to say. Well, with the Queen arriving sometime around noon today, perhaps I could assign you or your recruits some form of job. Something to take your busy work. And we would not want to disrespect the Queen by disallowing another order to have a representation in her guardianship, even if it is a small job. Wouldn't you agree?
Of course. Whatever we must do to maintain our good standing and discipline before the Queen.
Of course, good standing. Look, I'll be honest with you. I have my own business here. The Order of the Chain does their job well. And the Order of the Gate, as much as many of my men would probably feel a little bit more hostile, especially feels hostile to many of the other orders, I, for one, like to maintain a more neutral stance on this all. Do you understand me? I have no reason to battle with any of your other orders.
Of course. I would imagine that it would be more beneficial, rather, to maintain a good order and standing amongst all ranks or orders. So whatever I can do to assist you and the Queen, to the best of my ability, I would imagine.
You're very understanding. And you say all the right words, which I am so very glad of, but also slightly bored of, as you're just reciting basic tenets. I don't even know if I'm getting through to you.
To be honest, I got the gist of what you were saying. I checked out about 5 minutes ago. It seems that
You do seem tired. Did you get enough sleep? Enough rest?
Never. It's always hard to maintain a good rest. And then I would pause, and then like kind of look towards my assistant here.
It's true, it is difficult to get rest, and honestly, we just need to get back to our routes. It hasn't been an easy travel, and knowing that issues with this tricks are arising again, we need more men.
An honesty, then. An honesty that will not leave this room. Are things really that bad in Bazak?
I think I would know this, but I have to look it up just to be sure.
Pizak is the headquarters for the gate.
Yes, there's
Yeah.
a specific thing that has happened there. It won't leave this room. To my understanding, a number of our soldiers have disappeared in the Whisperwood. And the strips are getting more brave.
Interesting. I apologize that we do have to detain you then. As much as each of our own orders keeps to ourselves, at very least some of us try to be civil. Enough. I, for one, have always held myself to that esteem. That at least I maintain a civility.
The civility is appreciated. It gets a little wearing, having to recruit young men knowing they will just die.
You know, we all know the price we pay when we step up to maintain order. It is difficult to see them, I don't want to say fail, but not live up to potential.
I've always seen my order as one that has an important job. It's one of the reasons that I've pushed so hard to make this fortress the grand prison that I have made it. That we do a job that Cheliax needs, that the inner sea needs to maintain order. But I also know that my order isn't one that's truly on the front lines the same way. So you have my respect. Perhaps I should introduce you then to someone that had accompanied me here to the fortress to take care of some business. But perhaps that could be a job I could assign for you and your recruits as you pick them up. Escorts. Would that be appropriate?
I looked at Jacub.
I'll pause, pensive, staring at them. And I'll look at my hands and I'll go, well, seems that we may have more work ahead of us. I will say, I'd be more than happy to escort or assist you. However, if you would allow us time to recover first, gather our bearings, and become...
Of course. You'll have plenty of time to meet with your recruits, but an arrangement must be made then. Are you aware of High Inquisitor Caliosis? Calcios?
I am.
Yes. He's currently here in the facility interrogating a number of prisoners for some information. Apparently there's some individuals that need to be rooted out that some of our prisoners might need. And it also turns out, in meeting with him, that he chose to not bring any specific bodyguards from the Inquisitors. Inquisitores, or what would it be called? Just the Inquisitors? Yeah. The Inquisitors. I insisted that he have some kind of guardians that actually bodyguard him. I know he's got a number of his representatives of his organization in town, but as a high-profile individual, it'd be important. And certainly my watch and my order are doing a lot to maintain order around town with the city guard. So perhaps your little ragtag group could be his specific bodyguards, especially when he does his major meetings later on this evening. After the Queen's ceremony of arrival, arranged to meet at Town Hall. I can introduce you now if you wish. Or if you wish to go and meet with your others, I can introduce you then.
I wouldn't. I guess I would say, to be honest with you, I think this would be a great opportunity for the rest of my my recruits to understand what it is to be a member of this order and rank and file truly means, and you know what they say. Make friends with those who you work with, for you don't necessarily might know when they'll grant you a favor. So I ask if you can let me grab my recruits first.
Of course, as I said, if you wish to meet with the Grand Inquisitor, he is here, and you may wait to have him finish up and meet with him. Or if you wish to go grab your recruits from whence they were staying, and meet with me at Town Hall, we can do that there, and I can introduce you then.
Sounds grand.
So it sounds like you would require a little bit more time. I understand, especially new recruits and ones that might be more willing to get into dangerous situations might be a little bit more, well, we all recruit different people for different reasons.
Yeah, I mean, we all have our talents, and sometimes it's like herding cats.
Well, I thank you for your assistance on this, and I hope that we can perhaps work together even more. Maybe perhaps there'll be opportunities in the future for the Order of Chain to assist the Order of the Gate in maintaining more order.
I salute, and then kind of try to shake his hand, perhaps.
He'll call for someone to escort you and be like, there's a boat that will be able to take you to town, beyond the tides. Specialty made. Good luck to you, and I hope to see you later on, after the Queen's parade at Town Hall.
I'll look over at Myste.
I will also know.
Mm-hmm. All right.
We didn't die.
You didn't die. You were given an incredibly dangerous job, though, instead.
Oh no.
Okay, by the way, as a player, I just assumed I could just skip this and never finish it, and then finish the rest of the campaign, and then maybe come back later to finish the side quest.
Yeah, that works.
No, it's not. It's not.
Damn it.
When someone expects you a place that's very important and you don't show up, they'll go looking for you.
Time to fake my own death.
Good luck on that.
No need to fake it, motherfucker.
But certainly you'll be escorted into town then. Where are the two of you going?
Man, I don't know where these people are exactly.
No.
So I guess I go to brother.
Just as a note, after all things, when we get our location, I will sending Myste
Except
where we're
that's
at.
way later in the
But
day.
that's way in the future, so that's like not relevant now. But I just want that
Yeah.
known, so you will get that later.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'll go to my brother.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look at Myste and go, hey,
You
thanks
did good.
for getting my back there.
You did good. Need a little more confidence, but you did good.
Well, I mean, yeah, I guess.
All right. Well, you will eventually arrive at your brother's place, where you can head into his dorm rooms. I guess there's a note still. Or what was the note that you wrote?
left to go find our contact.
Did you like
Which
say
makes sense.
be back soon?
No,
or
because
something?
no, it does not say be back soon. Well, because you have to think about, I left a note for him, and we told him who we were looking for, so he would know the context. But you don't.
Yeah, so there's a letter there that seems to be from Revia. No sign of those three or your brother.
Well, I guess we
God.
need to go. Do you have sending?
I believe. Hold on. I would have if we talked about it last night, which I think I would have because we're so separated. So I would have prepared it for today.
If you didn't sleep, you can't prepare new spells.
Oh, we didn't sleep.
We also
Ooh,
didn't sleep, so
Yeah.
So I go.
I guess we chill and pray.
I don't have sending, unfortunately.
And then we wait for someone to come back.
Okay. A couple hours will go by, and then all of a sudden the door will kind of swing open, and Remus will walk in and go, "Oh crap! Wait a second!"
He sees a half-elf man and his sister in Hell Knight garb in his door.
Yeah, I'm like, he's just.
I am
Oh,
possibly female.
wait, what? Hello, wait.
Hello?
I'm gonna mess with them and go.
Where are the other?
You're
Where,
wanted by the crown.
where are the other three?
No idea.
You couldn't have warned me?
I got a little busy.
Apparently.
I don't exactly have ways to contact you safely.
And this feels safe?
Not really, but I don't have other options.
Well, yeah, okay. I guess I can say it to you too. Make yourselves at home?
I don't intend to bother you.
I don't have any more food because those three ate it all.
And I put 500 gold on the table.
To be fair, that 500 gold bag is next to a bag of 50 gold. So.
Weird.
Do you have a place you're going to stay, or is it 5 of you trying to squeeze in here?
So girlfriend owns an inn.
I mean, if you would allow us a closet, I can make us an.
I know an inn we can stay
place.
at.
Yeah.
I
All right,
don't have time to tell anyone.
all
I
right,
won't be in your.
that's fine. Will you inform them like where it is? So like if you just let me know where you're going, I can tell them if they show back up. Coincidentally, though, as 3 of you are being escorted to inside of an inn, as you arrive, you'll hear some words like, "This is an old friend of Esmera's, someone I know. I've learned to know too. Great person." And then as you kind of like you will the 2 of you will overhear that coming in behind the 3 of them, and we'll leave off there where you're all meeting up at the same inn.
It happened. We reunited.
Reunited.
And
Reunited
That's
and
the
it
name of the bar.
feels so good.
Yes,
Technically in the DM.
I did see the DM, and I assumed it was the same one. Yeah. So, all right, we'll leave it there. We're reunited at an inn at last. Inn at last. And so now you have information where, like, a bunch of ways to possibly go after getting this information in a bunch of different sources. But you're also tasked with guarding a very dangerous individual from the government.
Just drop a Baylor on him.
He'll
That's the first
probably
thing I got.
Baylor at them.
Okay, now I guess that would work, but just so you know, not all problems are solved with Baylors.
I didn't
You
say
know,
that.
This one can.
Just to
Look,
you didn't say no.
You don't know if a problem can be solved with Baylor yet because we never solved one with one there, okay?
never
Like,
used
this one might be solved by a Baylor.
It's
very
uncharted territory.
I mean, in like
might just die.
in a couple hours, a couple of like a pit fiend and a Uranus with a bunch of Inquisitor levels are going to be showing up. So I mean, they just might sense it and go murder it right away before it does anything.
Yeah. The Baylor nuke is not the most useful in this situation.
No, it's not.
It would be helpful when we fight Cheliax at sea, though. Alright, dropping a Baylor on ships is gonna do some damage.
Yeah, that's pretty based.
Again, though, you were informed that might not work. Unless they actually have devils on there. Or, I mean, demons on there. No, devils, because the demon got. Yeah, devils.
He said he would help out, and if he doesn't help out, whatever, it's no big loss.
No, he said he'd help out if there was a devil problem. That's what you were informed. You keep forgetting that.
Yeah, but Revia just, associates
Revia just let those words fly through here.
Well, no, she hears devil and she thinks Cheliax, right? Which isn't a unfair assessment.
This is true. It isn't a completely unfair assessment. Very true.
But also, like, if I don't use it here, I mean, might as well try, right? And then he's like, no, and then leaves. Or doesn't even show up, like, whatever.
I mean, it's a thing. You could use it. We'll find out.
The skull will disappear after we deal with Cheliax anyway, so, like...
True. But anyway, thank you all for joining. Hope you enjoyed. We'll give some shout-outs as we end for today. Erik, do you have anything to shout out?
None for me.
Okay. Henry, do you have anything to shout out?
It's just, as always, thanks for joining us, and hopefully you all had fun. And, please, if you can, later on, comment on the best time to use a Baylor nuke. Thanks.
That is a question. What's the best time to use a Baylor nuke? But, Momo, do you have anything to say?
Watch discussing tabletop a bit more.
Yeah. It'll be disgustingly wonderful. And Ciel.
I'm chilling. Or I think next week will be the last session of Warmongers. Monday nights, 8 p.m. EST.
Almost done. And
yeah.
Yosef?
One mass combat left.
One mass combat remains. Yosef?
I'm here.
You are here. This is a technicality. There's nothing wrong about that. Anyway, on to Snare Dracovin. If you want to check out more stuff here on Twitch, I'll be going over Starfinder character creation tomorrow around 1 p.m. EST. I'll be doing some more Spelunky 2 on stream on Friday for gaming. Saturday will be me talking about the Mage Traditions in the morning and discussing Tabletop in the evening. And that's the rest of this week's schedule right now. As the Discussing Tabletop will be at 6 p.m. EST. As usual, this show is always at 9 p.m. Every Wednesday, so you can check us out next week, which will be great. For other support, I do have my YouTube and Twitch side, so you can check out both. If you're watching this on YouTube, come watch us on Twitch. Watch us live. It'll be great. It'll be fun. If you're watching this right now on Twitch, go check out YouTube side. There's some great stuff over there. It's all my tabletop stuff. And the various supports for that. And I've got Discord and Twitter to check out what's going on. Likes, subscribes, follows, all that kind of jazz in the various places that's appropriate. Subscribing, YouTube, following on Twitch, because they're completely different words that mean the same basic thing, because there's two different words for Twitch. Whatever. Anyway, I think that's everything that I can think of right now to shout out and I've remembered, and that's appropriate, so I'm going to say farewell for now. I just have to cobble this episode together, which shouldn't actually be too difficult from the weird crash in the middle. Gotta love that kind of stuff. Anyway, bye everybody. Farewell.
Ciao. Bye.